Now Grace has chosen to go with the medium coffin, so this is the 550 count box, and you will see that I've actually written the sizes myself up on the back of the label. I find that helps me so much with putting them back where they are. When I've pulled one out to size it and it's not the right size, I have got them mixed up so many times because I'm just trying to work quickly, and because the sizes are a bit weird and also labeled a bit weird because you are going in backwards order and you're not starting, the sizing is a little odd. So this has helped me a lot to be able to keep my tips in order as I'm sizing them. So I'm going to pop this off to the side and just start with sizing Grace's first hand. And so usually what I'll do is just start reasonably small to get a rough idea of the size and shape of Grace's nails, especially if I've not done someone's nails before. I haven't done Grace's nails before. So I've just gone for a 7, which is the third smallest size, and I'll place it onto her nail and see how I feel about it. Now the thing with sizing gel-on extensions is that unlike sizing a normal tip, I'm not sizing it to the back of her nail. I am sizing to the free edge. So I need to look and very carefully make sure that when I hold it in place, it is touching this side wall, but also the side wall on the other side as well, because this tip feels too big at the back. It's currently digging into Grace's skin slightly, but if I go for an 8 and I line it up on my left, I will end up with a gap on the right hand side, and you're not going to get a nice secure placement. I think actually looking at this, and as you guys know when you've done modules with us before, we always leave our mistakes in. I think the 8 might be okay, so I'll show you a 9 just to really properly show you what I meant, is that a 9 will leave quite a significant gap. An 8 leaves a slight gap, but not enough that it's barely noticeable, especially when the nail folds are, when I'm not pulling them back. I think we don't need to go to a 7 to have the right size for Grace's nails. So I'm going to go with an 8, and then I'm just going to line it up and see whether or not it digs in at the back. I don't want these to be uncomfortable at all, and so what I can do is take a file. I'm going to use a 150 because it's fast and efficient, and just take off the corners so that I can slide that in without touching the eponychium or causing any discomfort when Grace is wearing those nails. Then we're going to go on to the next nail, and I want to do quite a few of these nails for you on camera to make sure that you see lots of circumstances. So this I've gone for a 5 just from instinct. There was nothing informing that decision other than I went from an 8 and this looks bigger. Like it's instinct and it's practice, and you'll sort of learn. But if I line it up on that side, there's a little bit of a gap on one side, but I think going for a 4 is going to be too much. We'll see. No, I think actually I'm going to go with that 4. It feels nice and comfortable from my side of things. It just does again require me to take off the corners. I find that I do this quite often with my real life clients wearing gel-ons. I want it to be as comfortable as possible, and the tips have been created in a way that they will fit everybody, which means that for anyone with a narrow or rounded eponychium, you are going to have to customize. So if that was a 4, then usually for the middle finger I will have to go roughly 1 up. Not always, sometimes it's the same size. You definitely still need to actually size it. I think even just picking this up out of the box that I'm not going to need to go that big with, Grace. I think a 4 feels quite comfortable, but I do still want to take the corners off. And we might go for the same size again on her index finger. Sometimes it goes a size smaller, so I'll start with the same, the 4, and then just try a 5 and see how I feel about it. And it can be quite tempting to be sizing from the cuticle area, but I can't say enough that you are sizing from the free edge, not from the cuticle area. Thumb is pretty much always going to be the largest nail, so I've jumped up to a 2 and it's still too small. It's a little bit confusing because 2 is actually the 4th smallest, because you go from 2 to 1 to 0 to 00. So I'm just going to try a 1. It's leaving quite a gap at the free edge, so let's go for a 0. To me, that feels the most comfortable. Is that about right, Grace? Yeah. So I'm going to go for the 0, which is the 2nd largest, and then just customize the corners off. Often thumbnails, or the cuticle area at least, are squarer than the other nails, so you often don't need to customize them as much, even if you have been customizing. And then we need to size the other hand. You can use these first sizes as guidance, but don't just automatically pick up 2 of every size, because often people have different sizes across their 2 hands. It's not reliable for you to automatically assume they're the same. You do need to double check. So I'm starting with an 8 because that's what we sized the other hand as, and just double checking, and I think that's fine with some customization. And the second one we used was a 4, so I'm going to grab one of those to test. It feels quite large at the cuticle area, like as in it pushes over the ethernicium, but I still think that for comfort on the rest of the nail it is the best size, so I'll just customize it quite a lot at the back to make sure that it doesn't cause discomfort. We went for another 4 in the middle, so I'll try that first. That feels a lot tighter, as if the arch in this nail is rounder than the other one. So I'm just going to try a 3, but the jump to a 3 is reasonably significant. It does feel a lot more comfortable, but the width is overlapping that entire fold. So what I'm going to do is stick with the 4, but when I am applying, I'll compensate. Instead of pushing down onto that arched nail, I will compensate with extra gel and adhesive to fill that gap instead. Though this is definitely a tricky one where a half size would be wonderful. I'm going to have to be careful when sticking that on to make sure there's no gap on either side, because if I am slightly off, there will be. I still think that that is the best one, but it's just definitely a trickier sizing option than the other nails so far. And then for the index, we went for a 5. That one feels comfortable. When I say I think it feels comfortable, what I mean is that when I'm placing it down on the nail, I'm not having to push it down to fit the natural apex of Grace's nails the way that I was with the middle one here. I was really having to push it to fit. This just fits, and that's what I say when I think it feels comfortable. That's not me speaking for Grace. It's me saying that it feels comfortable to fit in place. And so then I'm going for a 0 on this thumb. And I think with customization it does feel comfortable. And so this is the natural progression of how I would work with a full set. Is to size all of my tips like this, and then I set them aside and move into the application phase. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll do application separately in the next video.